prey.
Dude, slow it down.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Go get him. Go that way. He's over here.
This is British Columbia. It's Wild West mountain country. Here, the Rocky and Purcell mountain ranges surround the Columbia Valley, a perfect battlefield for mantracker to take on his latest prey. He doesn't have a compass, he doesn't have a map, but he does have years of experience with search and rescue operations to help him track and hunt down his prey. But Dan Chase and Jared Payne might have something to say about that. Payne and Chase are strangers, but they're both ripped, focused, and determined. Jared is a martial arts fanatic. He served in the Canadian military, and he's out to win in the first round. Dan is a born and bred Texan, a former U.S. Marine who's had training as a sniper. Training, he feels, will give him a definite edge over his trackers.
I am 6'4", 250 pounds. I love fitness, I love working out, I love exercise. So once I got out of the Marines, off of active duty, I went and got my personal training certification and became a personal trainer. I'm a pretty big guy, and pretty intimidating. Except for the people that really know me, they know I'm a big teddy bear. I've been shot 4 times, stabbed, been burnt. I've got a very high pain tolerance. Man-tracker's going down.
I like long walks on the beach. I joke around a lot. Pretty relaxed, you know, pretty easygoing. Well, I picked up martial arts when I was in Cambodia and became a member of the Cambodian kickboxing club. Why would I want to beat mantracker? You know, bragging rights and, you know, look great on a resume. I'm not going to kill a person or a baby or anything, but, you know, I do what it takes.
Mantracker has recruited local cowboy and Panorama Mountain ski patroller Neil Carey to be his guide out here. Neil's covered a lot of this ground on horse and on skis. This wild, mountainous terrain is his playground. Seconds from now, a flare will set this chase in motion.
Easy, boy. We got time. We'll get him.
Oh, God, I'm not ready. Let's go.
Time to go to work.
Dan and Jared have 36 hours of bush, bog, and burnt forest to go through to reach a bridge 42 kilometers away. Mantracker has no idea where the finish line is. He'll have to rely on forensics to track down his prey. Payne and Chase head straight for the bush. They hope to get a good head start undercover. Having just met, they now have to work as a team.
Use that dead grass to cover our tracks, go down. We can hear the river right over there. I'll just do some basic ones, you know, that stop, get down, okay?
Yeah, Dan seems like a great guy. His military background's definitely going to be give us the advantage. Besides that, you know, it's nice to have someone a little bit bigger than you around, you know, in case a bear does swing by or, you know, we have to move a boulder or something, I don't know.
Sir. Call me sir.
Yes, Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Gonna meet the person. Jared's a good kid, naive, eclectic life, but realistically very inexperienced on the outdoors, especially with a chase like this. I'm used to the guys with high training, very high training. You know, a lot of times I wouldn't even have to tell them what to do, they just do it. With Jared, I think I'm gonna have to train him, teach him, and coach him a lot.
If he comes down on me, you know, if he's gonna be a hard ass about it, then, you know, I'll deal with that when the time comes. You know, I'm a pretty passive guy.
My training says mission first, welfare and morale second. If I have to jump on his ass and light fire under his butt, I'm gonna have to do it.
Cool. See that?
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking about this guy. With his background in the military, he's trained as a sniper. It might bite me in the ass, but I'm gonna bank on the fact that if he hides or they try any tricks, he's gonna be up high. He's gonna try to get above us. He might even try to get up there and watch us, see who's after him. He might lay right here beside the trail. If he does, I hope the horses pick him up, and then we'll stomp on him.
Sounds like a plan.
Looks like something's come down here. They've disturbed all the dirt here. You can see how fresh that is and loose. They've stepped right there. This has got a kind of a crust on it. This doesn't. Right here, we've got tread pattern right there of a, could be a Vyram sole. It's got fairly big, heavy lugs to it.
Military issue?
Could be. Well, conclusively human. Finally, there's a trail in the grass right here. We're not getting very much shine, but we got a lot of grass knocked down in that direction. Enough to establish a direction of travel.
How's it look?
It's funny because Jared was always wanting to run, always wanting to go somewhere.
Gonna pump on 5 or 6K real fast?
We can. Ready? Let's go.
And when you're moving fast, you're sloppy, you leave more tracks. I knew that, I don't know, I was trying to explain that to Jared.
I'm hoping that little drainage ditch comes out up here somewhere. We'll check the other end of it. See if those guys used it or not. I think they did, but assuming will get us into big trouble.
Can I use those 2 trees? What we're gonna do here is we're setting up a couple little traps for a mantracker, just to get in his mind, just to, in the military we call them mind games. Just get after him, just piss him off about stuff. That's perfect.
Beautiful.
I don't know what this is, but it's not right. Vegetation is, but has been stomped. It's been broke. 9, 12, 11-inch boot. We'll have to keep our eyes open here. Oh, there's another one right there. Maybe they found going through that bush a little tough.
That one shows up even better than the last one, eh?
Yeah.
You know, I've seen the show, and he's got intense eyes, you know, focused on what he's doing, like a hawk or a llama.
You know, he likes to make these little smart comments about, you know, hey, you know, like, where's the relativity? You know, what's your point?
It'd be a pretty nice fly fishing area down there.
Kiss my ass.
After a little bit, it was kind of getting on my nerves.
What do you got? Oh, there's what you're looking at. See the wire on the trail? Good boy, buddy. Good boy.
No.
Yeah, let's see what kind of shit they're playing on us. Can't even hardly see it. Oh, look at that. He left us a note. Says they're watching us. They're gonna have to get a little better than that. If they had to run into it, it would have picked that sign up. It would have spooked. It's hard to say. They might just want us to start looking around real careful so they can gain more time on us. Or they might actually be watching us. Good boy, buddy.
You know, when we came across that booby trap, you know, that got the blood rolling and got my mind into sort of the frenzy of, you know, those sons of bitches. I wanted to go now and track these boys down.
The prey come to an open area, and Dan puts on a ghillie suit for camouflage so that he can make a stealth crossing. But though the strangers make it across the open field unnoticed, they leave something behind.
There's a line. There's 2 here.
What the heck is that?
And there was a long flat spot there that We have no idea what it is. It could have been somebody laying down and crawling. I really don't know what it was for sure. But there was a definite mark there that was fairly fresh.
It's like following a tank. I just break stuff all the way. I was like, you know, I can track you, you know? A blind monkey could track you.
There's an old trail that cuts into the forest right up here.
Is there? Okay, let's take it. Good boy.
Without any more tracks in sight, the hunters head high for a better look.
So we're back here somewhere.
Yeah. Well, we're like on the top of this little hill, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So right around here-ish.
Yeah.
It's all moved, it's fresh. It could be up here somewhere.
So you want to drop down here, stay away from this cliff, and kind of ride this cliff off?
Mantracker just surprised the prey as they took a break on an open ridge. A vast area of burnt-out forest lies ahead. It will be slow going for the horses through all the debris. The horses really have to watch their footing in this burnt-out mess. The prey just managed to disappear behind a hill.
Kind of buggered off in that direction, so hard to say where they went. There's enough little ridges here. They could be over there, one of them going for miles, and I'd never see them.
Neil heard something in the bush. The trackers move in to investigate. Not the prey they're looking for.
Damn whitetail.
When we first came on that ridge, I knew we were close, but I didn't think we were that close.
And we sat down because Dan needed a break, and I said, well, why the hell not, right? We'll take a little break. We sat there for longer than I wanted, and again, I got paranoid, and I turned around, and I saw Mantracker's hat coming up over the hill, and I was like, ooh, we gotta go.
It didn't take them very long to get the hell out of there. They basically just boogied out into the burn. I thought they'd be watching their back trail a little more than they were. I was quite surprised, you know, with all their training and stuff like that, that I was able to get that close. And at that point, I realized maybe it wasn't going to be as tough as I thought it was going to be.
So with Jared not knowing how to move certain ways, I knew if Mantracker's going to see us, he's going to see us. Once we got on the backside of the hill, I was able to get down, hide long enough to where Mantracker couldn't see us.
Not very hospitable in here. Well, there they go. They're over that next ridge.
How the hell did you see that?
Okay, Neil, take the horse out of sight. Bring your horse down here. Come on, buddy. Come on, you son of a bitch. Come on.
Think he's gonna try to cut us off? Thinking we're gonna head that way?
Cut us off, because show it out there. That's what we got to go through. You know, it's tough.
They just dropped into that big ravine right there. So they're trying to gain some ground on us here now and go in the direction they want to go. So I guess it's a Mexican standoff with a double cross. We're sure not able to track them in this shit. But we can sure as hell keep track of them right from here.
He's still on us, so he's just For him, it's a matter of time wearing us down. A last resort for escape. I do not want to take it. Suicide.
This fire sure had a lot of people worried when it ripped through here.
Getting a little close to home, eh?
Yeah.
Both prey and predator are making their way through this massive burn. 80-kilometer winds make it clear. The weather is not on anyone's side.
We got a big storm coming in. Well, hopefully it'll miss us.
With all the hills and valleys, it has been hours since the prey have seen their hunter. Dan wants to head to higher ground to try and spot mantracker. Jared's not so sure about that plan.
Head down here, so we have to take the highest road, or the shortest way up that fucking hill. Because I don't want to go up that huge bitch of a noggin. Yeah, he could take this road right in, right, and catch us.
I started to have my doubts about, you know, his abilities and his experiences, because, you know, they just didn't seem right. Something was a little skewed. I was seeing someone that maybe watched Full Metal Jacket like 20 times, you know, or Platoon like 20 times, or perhaps, you know, had a friend that was in the military and stole stories from them.
My ghillie suit sucks.
The open burn has funneled the prey into a winding valley. They finally head for higher ground. Mantracker is following a trail below that slices right through the hills.
Once you get down in the valley bottom, you feel like there's going to be an ambush. Could be, too, with this pair. Have a look at the track.
We're not gonna find anything. We didn't go down that road. Guess it's time to hunt the hunter. Guess it's time to hunt the hunter.
Turning the tables, the prey watch as Mantracker enters the valley. Undetected, they want to wait and see where their hunter is headed. This is a calculated risk that could prove to be a bust.
We felt exposed walking through there, knowing these guys, you know, trained as a sniper and stuff. He's probably going to want to get up high so he can watch us. We were watching up high as best we could, but we were very uncomfortable being down in the valley like that. So we thought we'd get the heck out of there and get up to some high ground ourselves.
There's always a sense of uncertainty of who was watching who. It's a different kind of feeling. In this country, and we were in their shoes for a little bit, I think. You know, we knew we were there, they were there, but we just couldn't see them.
It looks like those two people have walked right through here. Kind of silver in the grass, logical place to cross.
There's a couple reasons why I let mantracker get so close. One, figure out what he's doing. See the tactics he's using. Two, trackers hate backtracking. Because when a tracker has to backtrack, he has to admit that he made a mistake.
The prey are heading to a bridge. It's the only way across the river, and they need to get there before nightfall or risk being trapped by Mantracker on the wrong side of the valley.
I smell mantracker. I smell him. I smell him. Or it's that.
I saw a really good boot print right near this trail. We're going to head off this way and see if we can cut them off. Came to a crossroads back there. I'm just letting the horse have a look around and see if he can find anything. If those guys saw us, though, they might be just along gone.
Dude, slow down. Come on, let's keep going. Dude, slow down. We gotta get some distance, man. Dude, slow it down. We gotta get some distance.
Look, slow down, get to the road, observe it for a little bit, and then go. Come on.
You know, nothing came out of his mouth that told me that this guy knows what he's doing, you know? Yeah, I mean, he was making all these suggestions and telling me what to do. Doesn't mean I agreed with him. Doesn't mean I thought it was a good, choice to make or a good decision, or that in any way it was tactically beneficial to us. I just thought it was a random dude picking random things.
So I wanted to reserve the energy. Jared wanted to expend it. There was a lot of times I'd just tell Jared no, but there were some times I'd say, yeah, you know what, let Jared do a couple things, and that was some of the times when we were making mistakes, but we all live and learn.
Neil suspects the prey are headed for the river crossing. The trackers scope it out from an overlooking bluff.
There's the bridge.
Oh, yeah.
Think we can get around quick and get to the bridge before they do?
Head down to the bridge.
There's a bridge, right there.
Okay, let's go.
Tracker and prey are both heading for the bridge, the only way across the powerful horse thief waters.
– 200 yards out. This is an operation they never knew what hit them.
Damn straight.
Let's go.
Well, if they've come across here, they're kind of cornered. We'll go on ahead and camp up here somewhere. That way, at least they can't double back.
I'll maybe just walk the fence line on this corral, make sure there's no holes, so the horses will be good for the night.
Okay, I'll strip the saddles.
Couple things. One, holy crap, today was freaking tough. As for Jared, little young guy, didn't think I was gonna have to kind of babysit him this much and teach him all the stuff and everything else. To me, it seems like he lacks a little bit of ambition. Like I said, I wish he'd kind of just man up a little bit.
Dan, doing all right. The only real complaints I have today is it's not moving fast enough. Just can't keep up. I mean, we're slowing down. We're barely walking sometimes. I mean, he's a big guy and he's doing great for his size, but I want to be running. Should run this whole time. Yeah, it's killing me. Dan, good guy again. Love him like a brother. Hate him like a jerk. Whatever. Tomorrow, I'm gonna really stress the fact that we have to get moving. If Dano here needs to, get caught to understand that fact, then so be it.
I wonder what kind of shit these guys will be pulling on us tomorrow. I'm getting a little pissed off with their little games.
Let's mess with his head a little bit. See what he's made of. Mess with his head a little bit. See what he's made of.
Early morning, day 2. Hunter and Hunted are only a few hundred meters apart, and Mantracker is in for a surprise. And it's not pretty.
Don't mess with Texas. shouldn't mess with my horse. He's got balls. We'll give it back to him when we catch him. Pretty much cooked his goose. You should have bit him, horse.
You never mess with, whether it's the horse, whether it's a man's rigging. You know, a lot of, you know, there's unwritten rules in the cowboy life that you just don't break. You don't mess with another man's horse.
They can't be too far away. In the morning, second day, I kind of had to watch my ass. I wanted to get out and run them down, but I had to be very careful, and I had to find a track first. So logically, we went down to the river. We've got a bit of a trail here now. It's fairly recent. Looks like two people walking.
They're close, eh? We just might be able to have them for breakfast.
That'd be all right. We didn't find much for tracks, but there was a really good trail in the grass. We followed it for almost a mile, I guess, and we finally found some footprints in the sand. Oh, there we go. We got some actual human prints. Is there anything over there they can get to?
Another dead-end corner with when the rivers meet. Maybe they wanted us to pick those up.
I think they did. I think they've walked in and then backed out on their same tracks. The tracks are all smudged. We've got a double outline. One track is right here, the edge of it. The edge of the other track is right here. They've walked out, stomped around a little, and then tried to back up exactly on their tracks. So they're trying to make us believe that they're going across the creek.
Not our first rodeo. When he first said that, he says, it looks like they've walked in and walked out on their tracks. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And sure enough, I had a look, and you could really see, you know, just, you know, you're talking just the smallest margin of an extra heel. Like, I looked at it, and I'm like, yeah, I'll go with that. It is remarkable.
Do that hat trick right here.
I'd rather get some distance on us. We can do it later.
Take us, what, 2 minutes to hook it up? It'll take him a couple minutes to realize, hey.
Yeah, you think he'll come through here?
If he comes through here, yeah. Blend it in with the spider web.
Sure.
Just gonna set up this trip wire, knock off mantracker's hat. Being from Texas, I understand how important a cowboy's hat is for him. It's like touching another man's wife, you just don't do it. So, knock his hat off, kind of getting his mind again today.
Let's hope that works.
Well, this kind of sucks. Brush gets pretty thick right there. They can't follow the river. Oh, that's, yeah, it's good. It's like a man-made track trap. Yeah, there's some decent tracks. Whoa. If that sun was at a different angle, guy wouldn't see that. Buggers, eh?
Almost looked from where I was sitting, mantracker was almost, you know, falling off his horse, but did one of these, and it was right there, and looked like they were just trying to knock the hat off. Honestly, I thought he was a sassy little bitch. You screw with a man's horse, and then you mess with his hat. Besides his lady, there's not many other things you can do to a man. You little bitch.
Come over here, dude. Cause we take our shoes off, walk up a bit, come back out.
Yeah, let's give him tracks down to this river here.
Do what?
And give him tracks down to the river.
Yeah.
It'll save us time with not taking off our boots, right? That's 30 seconds I'd like not to lose.
It's not that bad of a deal, though. Makes them think we went down the river. We're not gonna leave two false trails going into the river.
I don't really care why he doesn't like me. You know, it's not any of my business what he feels or how he feels. Yeah, it's too bad, you know? Too bad some people have to be jerks. You know, it'd be a better world if people weren't. They could just lay down their pride or whatever and suck it up and be a man.
Take them off.
My feet will be wet.
Huh. This time it's a cobweb. Little bugger's got me spooked.
Splash water up on that.
It became apparent that my coaxing to try to get him to move faster, definitely in day 2, was to no avail. I mean, It's a game with time, right? Mantracker has to cover the same amount of distance or more distance than us. He's on horseback. He's not going to get tired like we are, so every time we have to stop and rest, he gets to keep moving. You know, he's going at a steady pace the whole time, and this stopping and starting crap, I just got under my skin.
I'm just putting the ghillie suit on, going out to an open area.
As you can see, there's tons of mosquitoes here.
The only thing in Canada that likes Americans is your damn mosquitoes. I got bug bites, you know, mosquito bites all over. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
So many mosquitoes in here, they lift your horse away.
This seems like the most deadly place for an ambush that we've come across so far. So I'm gonna Leroy Jenkins it.
Neil heard some noise in the forest. The trackers move in that direction. The prey run out of cover and suddenly find themselves vulnerable in an open area. Down below, edging out of the forest, Dan spots his hunter.
We'll give it back to him when we catch him.
This seems like the most deadly place for an ambush.
The prey have just spotted Mantracker and escaped unnoticed up the hill. Once again, Dan wants to watch to assess Mantracker's next move. Jared wants to bolt. Having never met before, these two are having a hard time working together.
I don't know what he's doing. I think he's gonna hide. But I don't really see the point. We should just move on. So I was like, there he is, let's go, let's move. And Dan wanted to wait. So we waited there behind this log, and he got on his binoculars, which, you know, if I can see him with my plain eye, he doesn't need his binoculars, right? Whatever, he wants a closer look at him. You can't hide from someone trained to see everything. Lying on a big open hill behind one log. You know, we make one movement, he's gonna see us. This is a Mantracker. It's not some douchebag with a cowboy hat riding on a horse that has no skills. He sees something move off, he's gonna know what it is, he's gonna wanna go there and investigate, right? He's coming right up on us.
The prey make a mad dash across the top of the hoodoos and head to the edge of the forest for cover. Man-trackers hot on their heels, following tracks through the grass. But suddenly, the trail runs cold. Uncertain as to where the prey went, Man-tracker needs another sign.
Head around in the thicket here and jump back on the road and keep going up there. But according to the map, there's a good hill right up here. Get high up and see where he goes. If you see your prey, you know, basically, we turn around and we track him for a while.
I want today to be a fast day, right? I don't have to worry about doing this tomorrow. Let's burn what we have today and win.
So why don't you want to head straight up? If you head straight up, you burn a lot more energy than using the switchbacks.
I have no idea which way we're gonna go now. We're on this damn road. Any ideas?
We're going uphill. You gotta get to the top, get the view, see where he's at.
Yeah, you heard that dude, didn't you, buddy? We just heard voices up there.
Even though the prey are a ways up the hill, the wind has carried their voices right to mantracker.
This altitude is freaking killing me. Holy crap.
It's right up in here somewhere we heard those voices. Trail's going up here. They've probably gone straight up.
I'm gonna tape this to my boot and just hop around like
The wind just changed direction. It's kind of from behind us now. We probably won't be able to hear them, and they might have a better chance of hearing us.
Last trail you want to leave is litter. You see it all around here every once in a while, beer cans, crap. It's like, come on, people. Everybody says Canadians are clean and neat and nice. Freaking litter bugs. And we swear.
So we've got a really good trail.
He's wearing running shoes out in the woods. You know, come on. It's not hard to realize, hey, I'm going outdoors. I need some good shoes.
We just saw some movement up here.
Meanwhile, you know, we're out on the trails, and he's always 50 yards behind me. And then he's, you know, as soon as he's even with me, he goes, let's go run a couple kilometers. I'm like, dude.
Mantracker just caught up to the prey in an open forest. Chase and Payne are on the run.
Gone left. He's over here. Come back, Neil. He's in here. Where is he? Coming out, Neil. Oh. He's hurt. Oh.
That's it. I'm done. Congratulations. I was about to cover under the trees. You never would have seen me. Just as I'm turning to get in there, my foot goes in the gopher hole and twisted or something. I yelled out. And he was right on top of me. Trying to find someplace safe, because I knew this was bad. It's just open field.
Go see if we can get that other bugger. We'll send somebody back for you, man. We took off in his general direction, and then we kind of did a leapfrog thing. I would walk through the trees for 100 yards, kind of in a circle, and stop, and then Neil would leapfrog ahead. And by doing that, I was hoping that if he was hiding there somewhere, he would hear one horse and spook towards the other guy.
Second close call with mantracker. I'm not so sure Dan got away. My speed, my agility, definitely came in handy right here. It is hard breathing up here. It's pretty high. Not like high, but the altitude's pretty high. So I'll try to meet up back with them where we originally wanted to be going. So hopefully I'll meet him there. If not, I'll meet mantracker.
It's only 2 kilometers to victory, but Jared decides to go back for Dan.
Well, you know, I'm pretty much screwed. We don't have a track. We lost the other guy. It's too bad they weren't a little closer together, because we both picked on the same guy. We're kind of at a crossroads. I'd rather be lucky than good any day. Well, let's keep going down the trail here and see if we can pick something up.
I can't tell what it is. It's either a cow or a horse head. It's too far away for me to tell. They are horses, just not his. They had a mouthpiece. I tried to ride one.
Wonder why those horses aren't coming over here. They should be coming over. Well, there's got to be something over there. Let's go check that out. When you're on a horse, if there's a loose horse, they 99% of the time come over to see who you are, what you're doing. And I thought it very strange that they actually turned around and they pricked their ears up and walked back.
They are covering my tracks excellently. Go after him. Go after him. I took a spill. Then I can't walk. So sucks for me. Congratulations to the mantracker.
You guys did well.
Mantracker said, take the right. So I went up, and all these loose horses turned and followed me as I hit a full gallop. And sure enough, there was like 4 or 5 free horses running right on my tailcoat. So I felt like I was riding a herd of elephants through the bush. We got him in here real tight. This guy did a great job. And he just ran out of room and hooked himself on the last little stump there, and down he went.
Where'd you guys come from? That was insane.
Going back for him was the right thing to do because, you know, I have moral fiber and, you know, I have a set of rules that guide me. And, you know, he's on the off chance that he wasn't caught, I have to, you know, look out for him.
It's nice that he went back for his buddy. Some guys don't do that.
My kind heart.
I don't want to say that I would have won if it wasn't for Jared, because that's part of the chase, is having a partner. Sometimes you know him, sometimes you don't. However, yeah, if I had some of the guys I started with, never would have been caught.
I wouldn't, you know, let him drown. Let's put it that way, you know. I'm not going to go on my way to buy him water wings, you know.
I think I was pretty close on my prediction about Jared. Jokes around a lot, you know. There are times when you just got to man up and get the job done.
You know, maybe I'm totally wrong. You know, maybe Dan's so good that I don't even know what's going on in his head. Maybe I'm just paranoid. Maybe I'm too cocky or I think too highly of myself. But you know, I just think he's a dullard.
We got in his mind. He even told us that. You know, mantracker told us that. It was great. So on that aspect, yeah, mission accomplished.
Yeah, I loved it. You know, great time, awesome time. You know, just like camping on steroids. You know, I'm a little disappointed, but again, you know, there's no shame in being beaten by the best.